think that we will survive and coexist with
No.
AI? Normally just because it can't joke. What do you think?
Please, don't get offended, but I think you wouldn't survive even without AI. You are too kind for this world. Seriously.
Alright.
Okay, so what about Adam Sandler, brother?
Okay, maybe the first question is, and we already discussed it a little bit, but I would like to know your profound answer. A broader one, broader. Okay, as I said, you were just strolling by.
Yeah,
So,
I was just trolling by. Always. All my life.
one of your most favorite movies is The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Jim Carrey is playing the dramatic role in there.
Mhm.
If we talk about Adam Sandler,
He didn't play there.
yeah, yeah, he didn't. But the best movies for me, where Adam Sandler plays, are not comedies. So it's Rain Over Me, Click, and the Meyerowitz stories. So why it is that?
I don't know, I think it's not even that. I think that the only thing I can say is he's a genius. Jim Carrey is a genius. Adam Sandler, brother or not, he is genius. That's why you heard the intro like that. What can I say?
So you think that was my initial question, but maybe you can expand that. So you think that maybe if any other actor,
Like I'm sorry, like Robin Williams, who is strongly missed by many people for a reason, I think, because he could joke like no other, and also he was a very smart and sensitive person as well. And I mean, there is always some exception in every rule, but generally, usually, all the most funniest. Yes, it's like in the song "Lonely Day" by System of a Down. The most funniest people are also one of the most deep and smart, one of the smartest. At least that's how I see that, feel that, and maybe not only me.
do you also think that maybe they are the saddest?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I said that.
Adam Sandler's musician.
Brother.
Adam Sandler brother. Don't you think that he can sue us because I changed his surname?
No,
Okay, I think he won't.
I think he got his phone wallet keys, so. To summarize, the first question was, why do I like Adam Sandler, brother? Or
No, I didn't.
what do I think about his serious roles?
I haven't asked about that yet. What do you think about his serious roles being the best roles, maybe, for many people?
I mean, I don't I don't have some of his roles, like there is no particular role of his to me that's my favorite. I guess if you can say that for me, my most favorite performance of him is in his stand-up show. That's why I turn on the song, because that shows his funny side, his sad and deep side, and also some of his other skills like singing, performing, and so on. So I mean, I think that shows.
Okay, so what do you think of him as a musician?
Well, songs like this, I mean, they can make your day funnier, make your mood better, but I wouldn't listen to that on my own. I mean, I don't have Adam Sandler t-shirt, but I wouldn't say that Mastodon is my most favorite band either, or either.
So you also mentioned Robin Williams, and I also thought about Frunze Kunkurtcan. Not many people know him, but at least all the Armenians know him. So they had very sad and hard lives, I can say.
Yeah, I mean, there are like many such actors, artists. Louis Define, Pierre Richard. If you take American actors, we've already mentioned Jim Carrey and Robin Williams. And you know, even Leslie Nielsen, he was a very deep person.
Yeah, but
I would say too deep.
why have you chosen him? So among all the others and all the other topics, why he is so special and unique and kind of separated from all the rest of Hollywood actors?
Because that's why. Because he, you know, there are so many people who don't like him. Even though, I mean, he's kind of a genius. He's not a bad person. I mean, we don't know him that well, but he is a good actor because he, at least to me, he proved that he can make you laugh and he can make you think. As I said, he's also a performer, so he's an artist. Anyway, he's not the worst person in the world. Yet there are so many people who just, I don't know why, but they can't stand him. Like if they say that as soon as they see his stupid face, they want to turn off anything they're watching. So, I mean, I don't think that Adam Sandler brother has stupid face. I mean, if you look at him for at least for a bit too long, as he said in his show, like, you know, there is always this guy who hugs your wife 5 seconds longer. I mean, if you look at him 5 seconds longer, you may think that he's stupid. But
really?
but
so.
when I look at myself, like 1 second longer as well, I think so.
Do not stay in the abyss.
No, it's not that deep. You know, just you look at your face and you think like, this guy is not smart. So
Really? I don't think
that everyone who looks at Adam Sandler brother, they think that this is a smart person.
maybe they are not so smart.
I mean, his face is not too smart.
I don't know. I see a very kind and
He's funny. Like you look at his face, and you know that this guy, he can make you laugh.
I think he's very smart because he makes people believe that he's not smart.
Even though, you know, sometimes he looks like he doesn't know where he is, but we'll do. So, what was the question?
The next one, or the one we are answering. I have lost the trace myself.
I think
The next question, maybe.
I think that if we don't try to make it a little bit quicker,
Yeah, just several more questions. And
your phone, the memory capacity will end.
No, that's fine. The previous one was 50 minutes, so very good. Okay, so I mentioned already my favorite movies of Adam Sandler. What about you?
Broken.
Maybe Adam Sandler, broad. What about you? So maybe the best movie, the worst movie for you.
You know, I like his serious roles like Punch Drunk Love and the one where he plays a very lost Jew.
Which one is that? I think the
I mean,
most of his roles are-
no, I mean, was it Uncut Gems? Gems?
Yeah.
Uncut Gems. So, Uncut Jews.
I have to cut that off.
I mean, this joke is even better than I thought when I said that joke. Because I didn't think about circumcision at first. I just joked because of the word gems and Jews sounding a little bit the same. But yeah. Have I told you the story about Wolverine the Jew? I will.
He said not.
Yeah, I will tell that in my stand-up show. Come next month on the 31st. Yeah,
So that's
31st of February. Be there answering your question. I like his serious roles, like Uncut Jews and Punch Drunk Love and Lucky Gilmore. No, seriously, I mean, I like his more dramatic roles, but to me, he is the best in those silly early 90s, mid-90s comedies. Like, to me, that's the golden age.
I wanted to ask you, can you learn how to joke? And any advice? Not for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so your friend is asking you, yeah, for a friend. You're asking for a friend.
Or other people around you.
How to make jokes. I don't know, maybe start from not being afraid to offend Jews or any other people.
So basically be prepared for people hating you. Because
Yeah,
they-
I mean, that's why we're here. That's why I chose Adam Sandler, brother, or not? Because he chose to be himself. I mean, that's him. That's who he is. At least in some of his movies. Well, I think that even most of his movies, that's him. Like, it's just sometimes his funny side, sometimes his more serious side, and as I already said, his stand-up shows, that they show who he is, and I mean, it's always like that. You know, there are many successful and famous people who are hated by many people. But if you think about it, why is why are they hated? Maybe because they just made that jump and didn't afraid to show who they really are. Because most of the people, they fear all of their lives to show others who they really are. And even today, you know, in this world where everyone has a phone and can make some interview or anything else and put it on YouTube for others to see, still many of people who I know, I'm not going to point any fingers, but
You pointed 5.
yeah, I mean, many of those who I know, even among those who I know, they always worry about what will others think. Like, I don't care. That's why I like Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Broder or not.
Adam Brody is actually very good too.
No, he's Adam Brody, and we are talking about Adam Sandler, Broder.
Okay.
He is much broader than Adam Brody.
What do you think?
About yeah, I'm sorry.
So quick, yeah. If you think about that, it's very philosophical. So, what do you think? Is it possible in the future? So, eternal sunshine of a spotless mind, click, and stuff like that. Is it at least elements of that possible? Because time, as we know, you you may be into the quantum physics or not, but time doesn't exist in the way that people are used to perceive it. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not a scientist, but as far as I know, time, yeah, it doesn't exist in the form like, you know, separate thing which depends on the clock, but it still exists. Because if you just sit in front of the fire or in front of the river and just silently sit there and watch the water flow or the fire burn. I mean, I'm not talking about these examples because, you know, like you can do 3 things for eternity, like watch the fire burn, water flow. I mean, just those are universal things, yeah, which everyone is used to, like ancient people knew these things. That's why I bring those examples. So if you spend your time and observe those things going on, you still will feel yourself that water or that fire, the air around you and around those things, you, your cells, like everything is changing, flowing, and you are, no matter where you are, if you are somewhere, I mean, that sounds stupid, but maybe I sound like Adam Sandler Broder, or maybe not so broad so much, but if you are somewhere, you are somewhere. And if you are somewhere, I mean, no, I made a mistake. I wanted to say, if you exist, you are somewhere, right? So if you are somewhere, you are in a certain place, no matter where. And if you are in some place and you feel those things, that's how you can, even without any science, you can understand that time is not separable from, I don't know if that's the right word, but you can't divide time and space. That's why in science, physicists, astrophysicists, they came to conclusion that time and space, they're not dividable. And in that sense, time does exist. Like, it's just the notion of the time you're talking about, like which humans created. That notion does exist. Like, it's not mandatory, obligatory, right? It's not the universal law to have 24 hours in a day and 365 days in a year, or 366 days in a leap year. I mean, those things, they came around also after some time. Yeah, people were learning about new things and they thought, okay, yeah, if the moon phase changes and this and that, okay, so we have to add this minute every day, and that's why we have 24 hours, and that's why we have 165 days. But that was made just for humans to navigate that time and space easier for the most part. And still there are many people, me included, who for the most of their lives they couldn't manage to tell the time. I mean, I couldn't until I was like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12. I don't remember. So yeah, but I mean, Chinese people, they have a different calendar. People in the Middle East, like Arabic cultures, they have their own calendar. But still, everyone exists in this same time and space. Their bodies change at their own pace. I mean, I'm not rhyming or trying to be, rapping here. Like phone wallet keys, yeah. So, I mean, I think I just went sideways here already. But if I try to come back and answer a question, at least somehow, in part.
The past you?
Yeah. No. Actually, the future me trying to change the mistakes of the past me. Like Homer said, this is the problem of tomorrow, Homer. No, my Homer's impression is not so good.
You need a bigger tummy.
Yeah, and it's not even Duff. Alright, so I think that it's not possible. Neither anytime soon nor like 100 years after tomorrow. I mean today. That's just, I think, the thought of going back in time and maybe changing something and getting the life you dreamed about. That's for sure. That has always intimidated minds of thinkers, writers, philosophers, and even like ordinary people. Maybe we just don't know that they were fantasizing about that, but I don't think that's possible for a number of reasons, like just like how we cannot make the body which was destroyed by many number of reasons. I mean, I made a mistake, but you get it by many reasons or a number of reasons. Like you can burn your skin. Yeah, for sure. You can go to, if you have money. Also, you can go to very modern hospital, clinic, and get your skin done, or maybe something else. But no one has ever defeated death. I think I should have put on a different t-shirt for that part. But well, my short answer is no. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, maybe a short add into this. So when people say that time doesn't exist, the same people say that the future, the past, and the present are on the same timeline. So we can go back and forth, but in the meaning of our mind, because our mind, I think you will agree with that, is still the best and the strongest thing that we have. Well, maybe love can count too, universally speaking. So you can help. Some people say it like that. Maybe I mostly believe so you can help your future self. But for example, if you are injured, you believe that you will get better, and like your future self helps your present self who is injured, and then you can soothe your past by going back in time, at least mentally, understanding and adjusting to what happened. And
no, well, if we speak about mental time traveling, I think that's just completely another.
But it still changes everything. So it changes the world. No?
Maybe not. I mean, you can time travel in your head all day long, and while you're doing that, you can lie in your bed and never finish anything you should have done. So it depends on how you look at these things. I'm not one of those people who accept just the thought of something as the presence of that thing. I mean, even if we take this beer, if I take one sip, then there is one sip less left in there. I cannot unmake that sip. I mean, if I do, that will be vomit. If we eat, that would be the same, but no, not the same. That would be a slightly different thing, but I guess you know what would that be. So I only believe in something I can see, hear, and feel at the moment. And yeah, in our heads, maybe in our, I don't know. Of course, there are pictures, photos, videos of our lives and of other people who we never met. Like there are archives of John Kennedy before he was shot. I guess he lived, but I never saw him. So I know that this person existed, but that's just kind of another universe. And future, to me, the future is even more ephemeral than the past, because at least the past, you know that you remember something that you lived through that, but the future never comes, just never does. Like maybe you can say that if tomorrow we have an appointment maybe to go somewhere, and you wait for that and you get ready for that, and then you go and you're like, oh yeah, I knew one day before that I would be here. But still, even when you reach that moment, that's not the future. It becomes your present. So until I start sounding like one of the Klitschko brothers, I think we should finish that discussion.
Talking about time, maybe we just watched the movie because well, I was asked to watch it for a long time. Rodriguez, so maybe you've heard. He was a rather unknown figure in the 70s when he recorded his albums, 2 albums. And so it was like in the United States, only 5 people bought his albums. But in South Africa, Australia, and so on, people bought like millions of albums. And so for 20 years, he didn't know that. And so more people knew about him when in 2012 there was a movie that gained Oscar eventually. So about his life. So when that a person for almost 30 years he didn't know that his music sold that well because he existed like in a parallel universe. So in the United States, shortly speaking, his producer manager he lied to him and he took all the all the royalties to himself. But yeah, the story ended well because eventually he traveled to South Africa, he gave concerts. But yeah, anything you want to say in the end?
Yeah, I think that Chuck Norris is a very strong person. I mean, I think that you definitely should. I mean, not like you should, but you definitely could change the title for this interview because I hate to admit it, but we kind of neglect Adam Sandler for the most part of this interview. So, you know, it's like a very subtle trolling of Adam Sandler saying that, you know, starting off with phone wallet keys and then moving on to Jews and then moving on to time traveling. It's like I was speaking for almost an hour about how special Adam Sandler, brother or not, is, and then you will cut off most of that and you will keep me talking about time traveling and all this bullshit for 15 minutes. And what will that be?
I'll keep Adam Sandler for sure. It just shows how broad he is.
He is much broader. But you know, actually, the story of this. No, I will not tell you the story of this joke. This
story of the joke.
Yeah, the backstory of the joke. I mean, it's not my creation. Adam Sandler brother. It's not me who came up with that genius joke.
I think I remember.
But yeah, you don't know how it happened. So that should be, you know, like legend, some kind of internet legend, lore of, I don't know, your...
Do you think you can actually see me? Because it will be funny. It will be just my voice.
I just have to say that that was my friend who came up with that. But I will not tell you the reason.
So do you have something to add? Or just let's end this.
I always have something to add. And I always even have something to subtract, divide. But, you know, as Serge said, we don't need to multiply.
I think...
But you didn't follow his advice. So what can I say? Hey, Mom.
Sugar man, won't you hurry? 'Cause I'm tired of these scenes.